Since the 19th century, the United States has considered and made several attempts to purchase the island of Greenland from Denmark, as it did with the Danish West Indies in 1917. Well, incoming President Donald Trump has reignited that idea. Why? Well, to assist us, we're joined by Stefan Bernstein, Chief Executive of GreenRoc Strategic Materials, which is developing critical mineral projects in Greenland. So, Stefan, what is your reaction to the latest statements from Donald Trump on Greenland?
I think it is pretty exciting, of course. I think it's a testament really to the importance of Greenland that we have been aware of course, here in Denmark and in Northern Europe, the importance of the Arctic. Sitting there in the middle of the North Atlantic, Greenland plays a very important part of that. So that's a geopolitical part. There's also just like, with the climate change, there's melting of a lot of the sea ice, so the shipping lanes are becoming open across the Arctic Ocean, perhaps over the coming decades. So suddenly Greenland is not just having this geopolitical position, but it's also having coastlines that will see big ships navigate across from, Northern Europe, North America to Asia. So obviously, really important position.
So, and what role do you think Greenland's much talked about mineral wealth has to play in Donald Trump's piqued interest?
Right. So that's the other side of the coin, I think. I think that plays a very important role too. We can see that, specialists, researchers have forecasted a manifold increase in our demands for a series of raw materials that we have never really thought about. Only in small quantities we have used a series of raw materials that have suddenly become vital for the development of our societies and also for the energy transition. Now, Greenland actually holds a lot of these raw materials. It's not developed yet, but there's certain raw materials deposits in Greenland that is on the verge of being exploitable. And that's one thing, but they are also very close to Northern Europe and North America, obviously. So a short shipping distance, you have this access to rare earth elements, graphite, all the key raw materials for the energy transition. And I must add also for a lot of the defense systems that are presently being expanded in our part of the world. The NATO just released a list of 12 critical raw materials for the production of defense systems. And so rare earths are an important part of it. And one of the most critical raw materials is graphite. And both of these are plentiful in Greenland.
But aside from a couple of smaller operations, there's no substantial mining operations in Greenland at the present time. So what are we really talking about in terms of critical raw materials which Greenland could deliver over the coming decade?
Right. If we just look at the near future, there are two raw materials, or group of raw materials that are particularly important, and that is, first of all, rare earth elements, really important for producing magnets and a lot of other high-tech instrumentation. And there are some of the world's largest deposits in South Greenland. And then I also like to add graphite. There's one of the largest and highest grade graphite districts in South Greenland, one which is what we are also developing here in GreenRoc. And that's a key commodity for making battery systems. Those are projects that are fairly close to become operational. And then in addition to that, there's a series of what we call mineral plays that is highly prospective ground for large mineral deposits, such as for copper, nickel, and cobalt, further up the west coast in Greenland, and copper in East Greenland.
Stefan, I don't think that Trump is going to let the Greenland issue go away. I think it is going to persist. So what contacts does your company, GreenRoc, have within North America, and how do you see future opportunities in light of these recent developments?
Right. So we've had a very good relationship with various representatives of U.S. administration, such as in the State Department, Department of Energy, Department of Defense. So they are aware of our project and really like to help out bringing it into production. So I think that, of course, we'll expand those contacts further, and we don't expect that to go away now, particularly not with the recent focuses on Greenland.
Now, Stefan, you're a Dane, you're Danish born. Do you think that Denmark would capitulate to Trump's wishes? And does Greenland have a price? How do you put a price tag on an autonomous state? Country, not a state.
Yes. So to me, Greenland is priceless in many senses, of course, and I think that's true to Greenlanders too. Of course, Greenland is its own country, as the Greenland politicians usually say. Greenland is not for business, but open for. Sorry. Greenland is not for sale, but open to business. And I don't think that there's really a need for the US to actually own Greenland. They can have access to all the raw materials they want, just make a few investments, and they can have a steady flow of these raw materials into North America. And they already have military bases there, so defense is all fine.
A very good diplomatic answer. Many thanks, Stefan Bernstein, Chief Executive of GreenRoc Strategic Materials. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you, Sarah. It was a pleasure.